I'm happy to welcome our own Erica Christensen to the set. Erica is PAC TV's Educational Services Supervisor and is here to update us on what's going on in the schools. Welcome, Erica.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here.
Now, you deal with both the Pembroke schools and the schools in Kingston / Silver Lake.
Yes.
So why don't you talk to us about what's going on in Pembroke schools this month?
Sure. So March is Music in Our Schools month, and what happens is they actually have 3 different concerts, and between the 3 concerts, it's grades 3 through 12. So it's actually all of the younger kids coming up to the high school and performing with the high school students. Oh. So it's pretty cool to see the interaction between both of the different age gaps.
Yeah.
But one of the important things that we wanted to mention is that the first concert coming up on Tuesday, March 10th is the all band night, and is actually a ticketed event because they are moving it over to the gymnasium.
And that's because there's so many, and instruments take up a lot of room.
Yes, they do.
Okay, a lot more than singers just standing up next to each other. So for this, and this is also the grades 3 through 12?
Yes.
Oh, wow. All right, so it's in the gym, and it's
in the gym. So it's at 6:30 on March 10th.
Yeah.
But because of the size, like you said, it has to be a ticketed event.
Ticketed, okay.
Yes. For the choral night, that is not a ticketed event. It is still in the gym, though. And then there is also the all-string night in the auditorium.
And that's on the 17th?
Yes.
Okay.
So there are 3 different concerts. 2 of them are in the gym. 1 of them is in the auditorium.
Okay.
So depending upon which one you want to go to, it's just paying attention to which location it's going to be.
Yeah. And the ticketed, it's just 2 tickets per?
Correct.
Yeah, because, there's only so many people that can fit into the gym on the stands watching all these kids perform.
Absolutely.
So what happens if you miss the concert? You can't go, you're not one of the ticketed people, or you had something else you had to do that night, but you still want to see the concerts?
So what you can do is we actually offer these concerts on our video on demand service.
Okay.
So because of copyright issues, we're no longer allowed to put them on our programming channels, but there still are ways for you to watch them.
Okay.
So if someone is, let's say, grandma and grandpa live in Milwaukee and they want to see the concert and they weren't able to come down, they can still download it themselves onto their own computer and watch little Jimmy play the saxophone if you want to.
So they can just go to PAC TV's website.
Yes.
Go to the video on demand tab, and they can see what's available.
Yes.
And they can watch it right there, and they can also download it.
Absolutely.
And share it.
Yes.
That's
so this
great.
is for both Pembroke and Silver Lake.
Okay.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, so big concerts going on in Pembroke, and I know my children went through the Pembroke school system, and my daughter was involved in the music program in Pembroke, and that was way back, 10, 15 years ago, and it has just mushroomed.
Oh my God, yeah.
It is a hugely successful program in the Pembroke schools, something that we're very, very proud of. Okay, so talk about the different things you do at the different schools.
So what we do, let's just keep for Pembroke, for example.
Okay.
We just recently finished a story on Obadiah, the therapy dog, who came in and helped students kind of decompress and relax before their midterm exams.
Okay.
So this dog was absolutely the sweetest thing you had ever met. You can go in, you can touch him, you can play with him.
Yeah.
And it's just something for the kids to relax. So we got a personal look into what Obadiah does, talked to his handler, talked to some of the different teachers that had actually set this up for the students.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see how these teachers are interested in the well-being of their students, not only academically, but their mental well-being as well.
Yep.
So for them, that was an amazing story that they actually put together. And then for Silver Lake, every year.
Can we just stay on Pembroke for 1 second?
Yeah.
So Pembroke has a group that they put together, Titan?
Yes, Titan TV.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So both schools have a news program, but Titan TV, they had a program a couple years ago, and we're trying to revive it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I want to say about every 3 months or so, we do another episode, just giving the school an update as to what's going on.
Yep.
So not only is it for the school itself, but it's for the parents, it's for the towns, it's for anybody who wants to know anything related to education.
And how do they watch anything that's been on that?
So all of that is on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
So the Titan TV YouTube channel and then the Laker TV YouTube channel.
Okay, so they have their
both
own
of them have
YouTube
their
channel.
own separate channels.
Perfect,
Yes.
okay.
So like I said, each of them have their own, but moving into Silver Lake, they've been around for a little bit longer, so they have a little bit of a bigger program.
Yep.
One of the things that we cover every year is actually the Shakespeare Festival. So this year, it was called Shake Switched, and it was directed by 3 different seniors.
Yeah.
And what happens is they actually meet over the summer, they plan on how they want to do it, they direct it, they actually just do the whole entire thing.
Wow.
And it's an original piece.
Yep.
They take bits and pieces from Shakespeare himself.
Yep.
And the characters and whatnot, but it's just something completely thrown up in the air and then just put on stage for everybody to watch.
What creative kids to do that.
Oh my God, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're so cool. And it's really nice to see that one of the teachers, Heather Bates, she instructs the kids on how to do it. She watches over everybody and makes sure that the production goes off well.
Yeah.
And each year it gets better and better and better. And it's hysterical.
Yeah, good for them.
It's so funny.
And they also have a Laker TV program.
Yes.
Which, again, you can watch everything they've done on YouTube. And they have an updated news program every couple of months, too?
Every couple of months, too.
Yep.
So we try to stay on the same schedule where there's like at the end of the winter, we have a kind of like a wrap up on certain sports. So it all depends on what's happening in the school.
Yep.
And it's something where anybody can watch it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, what about summertime? I hear you do something amazing in the summer, Erica.
So during the summertime, we run a youth documentary workshop where 7th, 8th, and 9th grade students come in and we teach them how to create a documentary. And that is honestly one of my favorite things that I get to do every year, especially with youth, because you get to see them start off from a very innocent stage, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, you start to see this flower blossom into something that could potentially be really, really cool. The students come in, we teach them how to use the cameras, how to use the audio equipment, how to research, conduct interviews, actually go on the field and film, and then all the second week is about packaging, putting it together, storytelling, so it's everything from A to Z.
And I've noticed watching this, you do this with the kids for the last 6 or 7 years, they had no idea really the discipline that it takes to put together a really well-crafted production.
Yes.
And that's, in talking to some of them, they said that's the thing that surprised them the most. That you don't just take a camera and shoot.
No.
There's so much planning that goes into it.
There's a lot of planning that goes into it. And some of the students and even the parents don't realize how much we do behind the scenes too.
Right.
Because if we don't set things up in advance, well, there's no program.
Exactly.
So it takes a lot of research.
So this past summer, talk about the documentary that you did.
Sure. So the documentary we did this year was called Be Mindful, Preserving the Hive.
B-E-E.
B-E-E,
okay.
Yes. So it's all about basically preserving the bees and making sure that they have a place to live.
Yep.
This is a documentary that I've been wanting to do for years, and fortunately this past summer it finally came to fruition. We interviewed 2 different beekeepers, an entomologist, and the students were actually able to put on the bee suits, go in and kind of work with the bees, which was awesome. So every year we try to change it up a little bit. There's hands-on components, but we're moving in the direction where we want to do more environmental style documentaries because it's something that's consistently changing. Students can get involved with it.
And they're very into it. They're very interested in it.
Yep. So with this past documentary, we actually submitted it to the Colorado Environmentalist Film Festival, and we were accepted.
Great.
So myself and Ben actually went to Colorado and were there to represent the film. On behalf of the students. So it was something where they showed the movie. We were the only bee film that was accepted, which I was
because there's so much about the declining hives and how important it is to keep the bee population up.
Yes.
That's amazing.
There's actually a quote by Albert Einstein that if once the bees go, we're next. I don't know verbatim, but it's a very powerful point because we rely on them so much,
for
especially
our food supply.
with pollination, food supply, making sure that we have all these beautiful flowers within our garden. So a huge component of it was making sure that everyone knows to put in a pollinator garden at least once every 1 to 2 miles because some bees, they can fly up to 2 miles, but other types, they can only go from like a quarter
tiny distance,
to an eighth or whatever it may be. So they'll only stay in that little area.
And you did a big Q&A after that was shown, and it was amazing to watch the people out in Colorado. The questions they were asking you weren't necessarily about how you made the film, but it was more about the bees. I mean, it was great, and that explains. To me, it showed me that they were really, they got a lot out of the film. They got a lot of education with the points that they wanted to clarify. So do you have something planned for this summer?
We don't have a topic just yet, and I
you
don't
wouldn't tell
want
me anyway, right?
I don't want to give it away. It is a secret.
Okay.
We want some mysteriousness to the camp, but we do have some good things planned that we want to make sure that students are happy, having fun, and just really enjoying themselves while they make this film.
And all that information can be found at the PAC TV website, pactv.org. Okay, great. And we'll be seeing you once a month for your updates on what you're doing in the schools. This is wonderful.
Yes, it is.
This has been Erica Christensen. Thank you. When watching Outlander, Vikings, or Game of Thrones, you'll see violence and murder, but not one thing about the women of these times and how they handled matters of personal care. These things existed and still exist today, so why are we so uncomfortable talking about them? On March 10th, the Pembroke Public Library welcomes Velia Jans Urban and Eris Urban of the Grounded Good Wife for a presentation called The Not-So-Good Life of the Colonial Good Wife. You'll learn about the seldom discussed personal care issues faced by New England's colonial women. It all starts at 7 p.m. For more information, visit the library's website. There are 4 million reported dog bites every year, and the majority of victims are children. Just 1 hour of dog safety education can decrease that number dramatically. And the Pembroke Public Library is hosting a free dog safety workshop on March 12th from 4 to 5 p.m. with that goal in mind. Meet Merida, a trained pet therapy dog with her human, Kathy Akampora, author of A Dog for Me. The program is recommended for ages 7 through 12 and will teach children dog behavior warning signs and healthy interactions. Space is limited. Sign up soon by visiting or calling the library. If you're age 60 or older and could benefit from a supplement of free groceries every month, you may be eligible for the Commodity Supplemental Food Program. Free bags of healthy, shelf-stable food are delivered to the Pembroke Senior Center every third Tuesday of the month. You can pick it up or fill out a proxy form so that someone else can pick it up for you. It's that simple. Stop by the Pembroke Senior Center and see Gretchen or Linda to fill out an application or call the center for more information. You will need a current qualifying ID and a Social Security income statement.